Okay, folks, number 29, it says factor. Here we go. Got a factor. Look, first thing, is there anything I can pull out? When I look at this, I see there's nothing that goes into each one of these terms. Second question, how many terms are there? There are 3 terms. Okay, well, if there are 3 terms, that means there are 3 possible things. It could be a perfect square binomial. So I have 3 questions to ask myself to find out if it's a perfect square. Is the first one a perfect square? Yes. Is the last one a perfect square? No. Okay, so it's not a perfect square. All right? Then the next thing I'm going to ask myself is there anything in front of the x squared? No. So I know that if it can factor, it's going to be x and x. I'm going to take the number at the back. I'm going to factor it. Negative 54. That means that one has to be negative and one has to be positive. So I could do negative 1 and 54, 1 and negative 54. Okay, but that gives me 53 and negative 53. So I know that's not it. I'm looking for negative 25. Could do negative 2 and positive 27, or 2 and negative 27. All right, negative 2 and 27 gives me positive 25. 2 and negative 27 gives me negative 25. I can stop right there because I was looking for negative 25 and I found it. There's my pair. X plus 2, because this is positive, and x minus 27, because that's negative. That's the one when I add them that gives me negative 25x. All right? Nice job. Let's look at the next one. Okay, factor. Same thing again. Is there anything that goes into all of them? No. How many terms are there? 3. First question, is it a perfect square? Well, I don't know. Let's see. That's a perfect square. That's a perfect square. This is p. This is 6 cubed. Okay? The question is, does this equal 2 times p times 6 cubed? No. When I multiply that, I get 12p cubed. All right? And I needed 16p cubed. So it's not a perfect square. So the next question I ask myself, is there anything in front of the p squared? No. So I know that it's going to be p in the front. Since it has q squared back here, it's going to be q and q. Now I'm going to take negative 36 and I'm going to factor it. It'll be negative 136, 1 negative 36. Well, that gives me 35 and negative 35. All right, it could be negative 2 and 18, be 2 and negative 18. This gives me 16, this gives me negative 16. Whoa, stop right there. I'm looking for negative 16. So I know that it has to be plus 2 and minus 18. Plus 2 minus 18. Done. Done. All right? This factoring is easy stuff. Let's look at the next one. All right? First thing, is there anything I can pull out? No, there's nothing that I can pull out. Okay? Second thing, how many terms are there? There are 3. Okay? When there are 3, the first question I ask is it a perfect square binomial? Well, this is a perfect square, but that's not. Okay, so it's not a perfect square. Is there anything in front of the y squared? There is. All right? That means I can do 2 things. I can guess and check, or I can use the quadratic formula. Okay? Well, let's see. If I guess and check, I know it's in the right order. Okay? So I could do 4 and 1, 2 and 2, and then I've got a minus 3. Oh, that's not right. Minus 3, so that means it could be minus 1 positive 3 or 1 and negative 3. Okay, and that's it. So my possible pairs are 4y and y with minus 1 plus 3, or 4y and y with positive 3 minus 1, or I could do 4y and y with positive 1 and negative 3, or 4y and y with negative 3 and positive 1. Okay? Now, you know what? I'm going to run out of room here, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this one and go to the next video, and we'll pick it up from there.